The animatronics, the stars of Five Nights at Freddy's. However, each individual animatronic hides a dark and grisly secret. And that secret is the fact that the kids' bodies were stuffed inside these suits and their souls are now forever trapped in these animatronics. And one of their desires is simply to be set free. So I've often wondered to myself, why don't they just simply walk out the door at night? I mean, they're able to freely walk around. The door or night guard are not going to stop them. And in sister location, we know the animatronics also want to escape, and they did, remember? Through Mike. So what's stopping the FNAF 1 animatronics from doing the same thing? Well, there's something extremely dark and sinister behind this entire thing, and I'm going to expose all that today. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button right now, because I release FNAF content every single week. Now, immediately, we know some of the animatronics want to escape from their prisons. In sister location, we know that the animatronics there wanted to leave, although they couldn't leave as the animatronics themselves because they know they'd be spotted, returned back to sister location, and then eventually scrapped. So to combat this, the animatronics actually came up with a plan and decided to hide inside of Michael. That way, they were never going to be spotted as animatronics and will be freely able to escape and then go down into the sewers. We do have confirmation from the games themselves, however, that they did try and escape before, because Baby says this line:
"I've been out before, but they always put me back. They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here. There is nowhere to go when we look like this."
Now that all but confirms she tried to escape before, but they brought her back. This also tells us from the games that the animatronics do want to escape. Well, the sister location ones anyway. So does this have any substance or meaning to the FNAF 1 animatronics? Well, believe it or not, and you might not think it at first, these cases are really similar. You see, in sister location, you can argue that they're getting shocked, mistreated, constantly sent out to entertain children, and then they will return, they're shocked again, and they're literally just being abused. Now you could say, well, these are just animatronics, but they're not though in sister location. They do have some type of sentience and souls attached to them. We know Elizabeth is 100% in Baby, and I'm not really going to get into the rest in this video because that's an entire topic for another time. So with that being said, we know that the FNAF 1 animatronics will have the souls inside of them, making them more human, more emotional, and able to feel a lot more. And in essence, giving them even more reason to leave than their sister location counterparts. Now I know what you're thinking, and immediately you're going to say, well, they can't leave because when the night guard comes in and the last worker at Freddy's Pizza leaves, they lock the doors. With the doors locked, they're now trapped inside, right? Case solved. Well, no, that isn't the case at all. We actually know that the animatronic can smash through doors. Now, I'm not talking about the big security doors in the office here. They are literally designed to keep the animatronics out. The doors into Freddy's and out of Freddy's, however, are not these type of doors, and the animatronics can smash through them. In fact, from the newest book, the week before, we actually have confirmation that the animatronics do smash through doors, and they cannot keep any animatronic out, because in page 79 it says this: "You jiggle the doorknob, you pull at the door. If you keep doing that, you're going to attract more unwanted attention, and some animatronics can't be stopped by a door." Now I can hear some of you already saying, well, the books are not canon to the games. Well, if that's the case, why does everybody keep saying that the phone guy's name is Ralph from this book? People take that fact now as canon, but then individuals try to tell others that events in that week before book, which lead up to the canon ending, may I add, are not considered canon. I've seen a lot of people, theorists included, pluck bits they like out of a book and say, yeah, this is canon, but then disregard any other parts which they don't like and like, no, don't like that bit, it's not canon, doesn't fit with my theory, but yet it comes from the same book. So now with that established logic, we know that the doors definitely wouldn't stop them, so they could easily escape if they wanted to. So why don't they? Is the battery an actual problem then? Well, thinking about it logically, they wouldn't have an infinite amount of battery life, right? But then this didn't really bother the other animatronics inside of Mike, and when they actually jumped out of him, they were still able to function. So if we really wanted to, we could say that yes, the haunting in itself would give them enough power and juice to keep them sustained indefinitely. I mean, you've only got to look at the GLAMROCks as well. I mean, at no point do we see Roxy, Chica, Monty in their shattered states or ruined states ever go into a recharge station. Granted, I know they will be a lot more advanced, have better technology, but that doesn't mean they would run on an infinite power source. but they seem to nonetheless. Even if you don't believe the fact that the haunting can drive them forward, there is also another way how they can still leave the Pizzaplex and be charged. And you see, this is where things start to get extremely interesting, because again, in the week before, the animatronics are actually storing excess power in their batteries. And the reason they're doing this is because they want to leave the pizzeria. I know, absolutely crazy. Now, I've talked about how the animatronics charge and the reasons they return to the stage in previous videos. Great video, by the way. Definitely recommend checking it out. They basically have metal pads under the stage and they charge and draw their power from that. Now, Fazbear Entertainment seemingly know they want to leave the pizzeria. You might be thinking, what? That sounds insane. Why would Fazbear know that these animatronics want to leave? Well, here's the kicker. If they didn't know that they wanted to leave, they would leave their recharge station on continuously, right? You know, they'd have no reason not to top them up to an 100% charge. And we know they don't leave the power on continuously because in Five Nights at Freddy's, we run out of power by using the lights, using the doors, because there's a set amount of power they have every single night. Because if they give them too much, the animatronics store it and use it to leave the pizzeria. They literally siphon the power from their plates under the stage into their batteries, supercharge themselves, and want to leave. Now that in itself is quite mind-blowing because one, why do they want to leave? And two, they literally have the means to leave. So why haven't they then? I mean, the sister location animatronics left. Why hasn't the FNAF 1 animatronics left? Well, we can assume they can smash down the door, no problem, and they could leave. But what we can also assume is they wouldn't have enough charge. So they would have to supercharge themselves, which they can do, smash down the door, which they can do. That would give them their gateway. But something we're not thinking about here, the guard. The guard is always there. If they decided that they were going to smash through the door and leg it out the front, the guard would be there straight away. They would know. Granted, it'd be a bit strange that the security guard is calling in the police because escaped animatronics has run out of Freddy's. Don't know whether the police will believe that one, but they will get caught, found, brought back immediately and probably dismantled. And it would be the end of Fazbear Entertainment. Not that was the kicker anyway. I mean, we had the bite of 83, 87, but you get what I'm trying to say. Fazbear Entertainment want to do everything in their power to keep their reputation as best they can. So the animatronics' main goal before they can leave would be to take out the night guard. The game's motive and why the animatronics are actually attacking you then become more clear. It builds into the theory perfectly that the animatronics are attacking you and want you out the way so they can leave. That then confidently explains why they attack any night guard. I mean, Mike Schmidt, Jeremy Fitzgerald, the other person on the check I can't remember now in FNAF 2. Or is the reason they don't leave very similar to the movies canon, where, you know, William Afton literally controls the children, hence why they never leave. It could be that William Afton is still controlling the children in the FNAF 1 location, keeps them there so he can continue to experiment and eventually dismantle them himself, which we know he does anyway. I don't believe that to be the case. I simply think that the reason they don't leave immediately is because of that night guard. That's the one thing standing in their way, and conveniently, it's always us. We're always there. Hence why they always want to remove us first. But it doesn't answer why they want to escape. Well, I believe it to be the same reason why the sister location animatronics wanted to escape. You see, in FNAF 1, these are very young children stuck and haunting these animatronics. They may not even realize that they're animatronics. You know, it's me, they might be remembering themselves. And imagine being this young child stuck inside this dirty, old, decrepit pizzeria every day when you just want to be home or playing with your friends, but they're being forced to work and perform on demand every day. No rest, 24/7, when really they just want to be set free. They shouldn't be in there in the first place. So maybe they think by setting themselves free, by leaving the pizzeria, they could get some peace. Perhaps it's to simply just go out into the woods and eventually stop. Batteries dead. Or whether it's like the novels where they want to escape to go and get some more friends to play with and maybe bring them back to Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, there's a whole plot focused around that in the fourth closet, so the motive could be either one. Personally, I believe it's so they can leave and bring back more friends. And they couldn't do that with a security guard glaring down their necks. They take them out, they can leave. And that, my friends, is the reason why they want to leave and why they can't leave. Because that guard is there for the Five Nights at Freddy's. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really does help me out and helps other people to discover this channel and this video. I've got plenty of other FNAF content on the channel and I release a new video every single week. Go and check it out. Huge thanks to the channel members on screen now, with a special thanks to William Plays and Lauren C, who are golden twisted ones, and Penguin Lover 12, who's a twisted animatronic, an ultimate theorist. Thanks, guys. That's another twisted theory. I'm Twisted Animatronic. Stay safe out there, superstars.